Well, this is going to be an interesting little discussion. Let's start out with this little clip here by Brian's Logic. It's kind of an oxymoron when you think about it.
This is going to be a small video, quick video on the speed of light. Just some stuff about it and a question. Because I've been having a lot of online debate in comments with people on our opposing side who are claiming that the two-way speed of light was measured, and I'm pointing out that it was never measured. The one-way speed of light was never measured. You can't know the two-way speed without a one-way speed.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Roll the intro. Now, he goes on in his video to talk about, how we never measured the speed of light. He's really talking about the one-way speed of light. And it's his contention, if you can't measure the one-way speed of light, you can't know the two-way speed of light. But yet, that's physically what we have measured. I guess he draws some analogy about a car traveling from point A to point B. You know the round trip time, but you really don't know how fast it went one way versus how fast it went the other way. And this is kind of a conundrum in physics anyway. He references a Veritasium video, which I will link in the description, where he discusses Veritasium, that is, that discusses the fact that we haven't measured the one-way speed of light. We just assume that the two-way speed of light that we have measured, that it is the same going as coming. He does say in his video that it's possible it could be half c going and instantaneous returning. Yeah, I suppose that it's possible, but is it really probable? As you see on the screen, it's a patent for a laser measuring device. And it measures distances, and it's based on the amount of time it takes the laser to go from the measuring device to, let's say, an opposite wall and then back. And it measures it very accurately. There are actually certain devices, such as this one, that measure distances down to 16 to 26 millimeter. That is to say, they're able to resolve distances that small based on a known speed of light. We have to know that speed to a very accurate level of precision, to a high level of precision, in order to be able to resolve distances that small accurately. I know that we have used things called a FARO arm, and similar to this object right here, to measure distances inside of ships, and also using lasers like this one to measure the three-dimensional spaces inside of ships, all the piping systems and components. It will measure the three-dimensional distance to every object and be able to render a picture of that space. If you put it in your kitchen and run it, you'll be able to render a picture of your kitchen table, the chairs, the coffee maker on the freaking counter, all from that laser measuring device. So even if we don't know that the speed light travels in one direction is the same as the light traveling in the other direction, if we don't know that for sure, we do know that the one-way speed of light, if we apply it to situations like this, these devices, these highly accurate devices that are used on a daily basis, then we know that the value we're using is correct. You can find many of these patents online. These are real-world applications, devices that we use every day that show that the calculated speed of one-way speed of light is correct because we've measured the two-way, and I don't care what Brian says, that is a real measurement. We know it's accurate. How do we know it's accurate? Because devices like this that we use on a daily basis measure distances to very high levels of accuracy, even very short distances. And if anyone thinks that it's easy to measure a shorter distance than it is a longer distance, think again, because the speed of light is such a big, big number that the even small errors will give you big errors when you're trying to measure small distances. Yes. Go down to Home Depot, buy one. The more expensive you get, the more accurate it's got to be. Those sensors that scientists and engineers use that measure down to 16 or 20 millimeters, those are rather expensive instruments. You get what you pay for. They're very accurate. The ones you get down at Home Depot, really not so much. Those things are going to have accuracies that are sometimes plus or minus an eighth or a 16th of an inch. Pretty good when you're trying to figure out the square footage in a room. If you're trying to get accurate 3D measurements of an object to determine whether it is or is not within tolerance, that's not so much. But they do have laser measuring instruments that allow you to do that. Hell, 3D printer enthusiasts use the Xbox 360 Kinect sensor as a 3D scanner to scan items that they want to put into their 3D models that they want to print. Because it's that accurate. It's that good. So, Brian, next time you want to make a claim, how about you take a step back, apply a little critical thought to the situation, and try to think about the implications of your claim. Is there real-world applications for what you say doesn't exist? When you say you can't measure the round-trip speed of light because you can't measure the one-way speed of light, so therefore we don't know the speed of light, take into account the fact that all these devices like this one on the screen use the known speed of light to accurately measure two-dimensional and three-dimensional distances and spaces every single day. To millimeter precision, less than millimeter precision, these can be done. I'm Mike the engineer, and I'm done for today. Talk to you guys later.